Is anyone coming to save us? No. We are our own savior. Nobody's coming to save us. Saving those who are passing messages and waking up the ignorant mass who are too engrossed in this matrix, too engrossed in this world and their daily lives and their illusions. You see? So, beside those people and their higher consciousness, there's nobody who coming to save. There's nothing, nothing, who is coming to save anybody here. Much less in Ashita and his crew. It will not happen for those people who are living in illusion and in a world of fantasia that they will be saved by a mothership, an alien mothership, led by Yeshita Sheram, or a Messiah, or a Mahdi, or whatever. It will not happen. So you have heard the phrases, we are the ones we have been waiting for. Yeah, it's you who's gonna save yourself when you start to have another kind of paradigm shift or another kind of mentality and thought process. And no one is coming to save us. How does it feel to think that we are responsible for saving ourselves? I think for many it will be a disappointment, a lack of hope. They will be left scared. They will be feel cheated. Those who are into religion, they will be cheated, or they will not believe at all. They will choose not to believe that it's true. So although it may seem a bit scary, I'm here to reassure you that there is a plan and our higher selves are in on it. Really higher selves. I think our consciousness is our savior. No such thing as the I am self. You see, it will not help. It is there to solve some other problem, but it's not to solve the character. You know, the character is the personality that we embody here in this body. And this higher self, I don't see it helping that much. They're just here to represent us in other plan. So there have been a brainwashed people who have tried to say that Earth is not a prison planet. No, this one is the deluded people. Those who are totally mistaken and are living in a fairy tale kind of mentality. If you believe them, you would buy into their story that the current state of Earth is that it is a wondrous school where lessons are learned, and we should be grateful for our experience, even if we are suffering. Never mind. Every time you say thank you, I'm glad. Of course, I think you are not the one who are suffering. That's why you say thank you. Of course, you should say thank you if you are not suffering, but you don't speak for others. You speak for yourself, your own self. Okay, and earth is not the school. It was not meant to be. It was meant to be a field of experiences whereby we were to place theories into practicalities. Alas, it has been what? It has been adulted. It has been transformed into a battle camp and into a greed camp where everybody step on the head of one another for survival. and one of the fear, and one whereby the deluded ones think that we are here to suffer and that we need to learn something from it, when the true templates were not to be this way, but yes, of one of experience, and that's it. Experiences, and then you go away after when you had enough. You want to sign out of the play, you would go just like that, without the dramas, without traumas, etc. Dramas is horrendous, something stupid and awful. Yes, it was this in the past, but this template was hijacked. You can see both the truth and the untruth in the statement that Earth is just a school, depending upon what timeline you are experiencing. If you are in the present timeline, given a few thousand years ago, yeah, you could say that we are learning because it was purposely made like this by the devils, so as to to create a world of dramas instead of one of good experiences. And this is what I have been told all the time. This earth was to be nirvana, Eden, etc. If it not for the evil controllers, who is the Dracos, that came here, invaded it, and turned it to all. I'll not say Dracos because that's their favorite avatar. However, they are not that. They are just uh, a light, something like that. It's, those are beings that come from beyond the black hole somewhere there, from other universes, and they transformed everything into hell, a sheer hell for men of eyes. So if you put put yourself, your mentality like me, I always put myself in a very long time ago on earth, say 400,000 years ago, 500,000 years ago, where everything here was different. Nobody owns nobody. Nobody controls nobody. We are here as a sovereign being. We do our time with peace and love and cooperation, and then we were to go away to live. If you want to, if you don't want, you can stay. No such thing as death. Okay, no such thing, just transmutation. Like, okay, you don't want anymore to stay here, you'll just disintegrate your body altogether and transmutate. You become pure light. No more body, no dead body, no cadaver, no cemetery, no funeral, no such thing long time ago. Until your darling dear devil's gods came here and mess everything. And thanks to them that we are in these circumstances, in this predicament. And thanks to you that you feed all of them, that they continue in doing their death work. Unraveling the truth is not only tricky but shocking as well. Yeah, it's shocking, but you need to swallow. Sometimes medication is not good, you know. Medication can be bitter as hell, but you have to swallow nevertheless. If you want to heal, if you don't want to heal, so keep on taking sugary placebos and then get diabetes all of your life and tooth decay. Understand? So nobody's forced. We just offer the bitter medication. Don't want to take? Okay, up to you. Go ahead and live your nightmare here, or um, deluded dreams, whatever is your case. So it takes a certain level of objectivity and inner understanding to be able to handle the truth without going insane or getting depressed. Yeah, that's true. And sometimes we just have to forget all this and just get on with our daily lives here. And then try not to do well in this kind of negativity. Yeah, that's true. You need to carry on, but don't take life so seriously. It's not worth it, I tell you. The majority of the planet has no idea that there is a dense energetic field around our planet that not only traps us, but those who are walking to slave us. Those incarnated who are trying to slave us, who work for the Dracos. How could you explain this to someone who isn't open-minded enough to believe in life on other planets? They only believe in their fake gods and their culture and their seat and their master who are there to serve them, to give them material things, and that's about it. They don't care about any other possibilities or any other type of hermetic knowledge. So, be it as you think, as you want, so be unto die. Much less that this planet once taken over by a small group of archons or artificial intelligent thought forms. And there is idiots in Brazil that believe there's no such thing as archons. If he says so, because this man is one of them. Or artificial intelligent thought forms, which are emissions of frequencies or through implants through emissions of frequencies, or let's say straight, I would say it is a psychic attack that turns people into true zombies, androids, and murderers. Yeah, murderers. The people just lose themselves, lose their character. I mean, character, their personality. Okay, they lose their personality. They do not even recognize themselves, and they go around in a frenzy spree of murdering, killing. They do not recognize any longer their family, even their family members, mother, father, children, siblings, wives. Does not exist for these people, and they go around murdering. Whether they take drugs will enhance this possibility, but not always, not necessary drugs. You can kill cold-blooded in any way. Drugs will just make things immediate. If you want things instantaneously, or the alcohol, if you want to do a shit, if you want to do trash and crap, you and you want to make it speedy, you take alcohol and drugs. However, you don't need to do it to take to consume these substances in order to commit stupid atrocities. Okay, all you need is a cold-blooded and be out of your personality. That's it, and be under psychic attack or being too stupid to fall prey to them. When assessing the question, are we going to be saved? uh, when sleep is better, go sleep or go fly kite. You'll be doing a better job than wait for to be saved by someone, or much less by devil's gods or fake gods. The first thing to do is to feel into the question. How does I make you feel? Does it hit you on the pit of your stomach when you think that we are stranded here with no help, only to fend for ourselves against any enemy that we cannot see? That's my that's my case. That's my predicament and that's my life. But do I care? Do I care? I don't. I face them, and I face every hardship they give to me. with strength, inner strength, and more like more motivation to be each day more um, strong and brave, because I am a brave. I am a brave, you know. So they can send me to the devils and I come back leading the pack. I am not care. I don't care. Really, I don't care. Because who doesn't care to live, much less die, will not care about anything else. What's there to fear but fear in it itself? While some people feel a bad wrenching in the solar plexus at this thought, I don't. Why put fear in these people? Because you know what make people um, too fearful of something and most of the things in life is their attachment to a thing. It can be your material things that you don't want to leave behind. It can be a person, a child, a parents, a friend, a lover, a wife, a husband, a pet. You see? Now, the key here is to love them, care for them while you are in the body, but don't be obsessive because obsession and a possession is what makes you um, imprisoned, get you tied up to something, and you need to cut cords, emotional cords, attachment cord, in order to remove your fears of losing something, especially so your life. Okay, so others feel a sense of empowerment, and that's me, empower. I feel empowered. I'm always empowered, and knowing that they are here to help free humanity. That's me, that's you, and there's any others who are not waked yet and need to be waked. That's me, that's this lady, and there's many others who are here just for it. They know that by waking up to what they are while the majority of humanity is sleeping, they must be here for a very important reason. I don't know about this. I don't want to brag about it. It doesn't matter. What matters is the job, and not to come here and brag that you come here for a special assignment, that we are best, that we are better, that the chosen one. I don't want to go there. I just say that I feel glad that I know, and that I'm here to impart what I know, okay? And not that I'm better than other person or that I should brag. No, that will nullify all the good intentions that we have to help others who want to be helped. So while it's true that we are the ones have been waiting for, and that we volunteered to come to earth for the experience, there are also others pulling strings to make sure that we are going to be able to do what we came here to do. The truth is that the time we are living in has been planned out since before the planet was taken over. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. I agree. Source, or the creator of the universe, is all knowing. I don't. I think that this is just what it is. Life is I would say is a consequence of something else. That's what life is. Life not just in the body but outside of it. Conscience is what it is. It's just a consequence of something else. And it doesn't have to have a personality behind all this. I don't believe there's a personality behind all this. So I'm not saying that God is this and that. I don't believe in that. I believe there is a major source, but that it is not what you imagine to be. It's not a Jesus, it's not a Buddha, it's not an Allah, it's not a Yahweh, it's not a Madin, it's not a Brahma, a Krishna, a Hanuman, it's not a Pajé, not a Pajé, is a, there's a name for this tribal people, they call their god Tupan, Tupan. It's not a Tupan, that's how they call their god. Some of their ethnic groups called Tupan. So it's nothing, there's just an avatar of a semi um, archetype god, okay, just an avatar. So how would it not know how to would correct what? How would it not know how to correct something imbalance? There is a plan and place beyond the fullest comprehension of current consciousness that involves helpers from outside of the matrix. I don't believe that. In that I don't believe. I'm so sorry. In that I do not agree. But that's me. Of the matrix to assist us in exiting from the prison that you have been trapped in for many cycles, open cycles. That's not the helpers, those our own consciousness. That is our own um, Akashic recording talking to us. That's not helpers. That's not something outside of us, an extension of us. No, no, that's not. I don't believe that. And yeah, I don't know whether, no, there's nothing that's gonna correct this imbalance. There's no such thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just what it is, and it's very hard to go back and solve the problem that has started. Since devils enter this this universe many years ago. I would say 2000, no, no, 2000, not 2000, 2 millions, 1 million years ago that they invaded this universe. Not Earth, not the Earth, as is much modern new. I'm talking about the universe. And they cause, up to now, they are causing havoc. They and their created the AI, okay? That called the Greys. Greys are AI. They are not organic. Their bodies like marshmallow. I have touched them. They're like marshmallow. The composition of the avatar. So that we have been for many cycles. No, there's no such thing. There is a mess that is very difficult to correct right now. They can implode or explode all this existence they have done. Did it help? Did it help with anything? No. Why? Because the conscience of those devils continuing the same way. And as long as they do not change the paradigm, the existence too will not, because they are not rationalizing. They are working only with impulses, with dramas. If impulses come in dramas, because when you don't stop to think, you act in a impulsive, dramatic way, and that's what they love, dramas, because they feed on that and this kind of energy. All of creation is cyclical, and while it has a beginning and an end, this is only realized in time and space, but doesn't have to be this way. It's cyclical, but not in a traumatic way. Okay? You need to understand that. Yeah, it's cyclical. However, it doesn't have to be so dramatic. It can just vanish like this from one day to night without too much dramas, like it has been all the time. Battles, fighting for what? The Dracos you fight for what? For what? For ego, because your egos are bigger than your stomach and your balls. Since we find ourselves in time and space, we are experiencing the end times, where the cycles upon cycles of experience are now coming to a close so that a new experience can be created. Yes, okay, 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 but it doesn't mean that it's gonna be the end of the world this year. Just as they said in 2012, which it did not took place. So it doesn't mean that this year gonna end. No, 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 no. Next year, that also no. It's all destroyed in sequences. The deluge, the big flood, did not happen everywhere, but in sequences, depending on the timelines. Okay, the nuclear bomb that they threw here many years ago, eons ago, in the time of Atlantis, just so um, affected more what we see now, the continent of Africa, and that's why we call the Dead Sea. That was nothing but a nuclear bomb. So many geographic bodies did not recover, regenerate until now. Okay. However, Essie once able to regenerate herself, but not completely. The danifications, the sign of danification and destructions are still there. That's why you have tectonic plate failure. We have so many other, um, so many failure points here on Earth. So not only has the end been planned out for a long time, but humanity's freedoms has been already happened to our future selves outside of time. Okay, 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 okay. But let's understand this. This doesn't mean that this thing will take place now in this body. This freedom will come later through another type of form, not necessarily within a human body. So you need to break all this before we form a absolute conclusion. Okay? So every possibility that has been a thought has a timeline where the thought unraveled and created a probable future. Yeah, probable future, but this future is not necessarily before you feed the mind of the people that they're gonna live forever in this body, this human body. You need to clarify that uh, this future and this timeline will not be necessarily in this form which we have right now. The creators and us collectively experience reality. And this creator, darling, is nothing but the multiverse itself, the cosmology itself. It's the quarks, it's the quantum physics, all that included. It has nothing to do with a being, a Drake, or whatever, a man, a woman. That's nonsense. This creator is cosmology in itself, are the quarks, based on the open choices made from the conscious and subconscious levels of thought. That is truly how powerful we are. Well, now also I'm going to have to disagree again. I'm sorry. If we are so powerful, we will be able to come out from a very difficult situation. We will be able to override just about any catastrophes or diseases, etc. And this body is not able to. However, our conscience is powerful. Yeah. So you need to tell it frankly without going around, okay, go around in the bushes and go straight to the point and tell that what is powerful and nice is the part of us which come from the cosmos and not this body. Unfortunately not. The possibilities that do not occur fade farther and farther away from us. The possibilities that do not occur, okay, fade farther and farther away from us, and the possibilities that we intend to move toward are magnetized closer and closer. Okay. Ultimately, the end result is still the same. Well, if the conscience remains the same, then the result will be the same. As I said earlier, it will change when mass consciousness, not just of humans, I'm not talking about humans here, but others who are running the show behind the scenes are changed as well. You follow? Okay? It will not change because the conscience of those behind the scenes running the show are not changing. However, how you get there depends upon the creators who experience it or the God selves. You are talking about God selves. Self-made God selves, which are Dracos. Huh? So, no, depend on them. Metrics, metrics existence because they think that they are the how to say the masters elders. They think themselves on the key, the last cookies in the jar. They think of this of themselves as the gods themselves. Okay, so they think that they are in power, perpetual power. Follow? So that's why it depends on them, and it will depend as long as we sovereign gives them the power to continue in doing this to us, to our conscience. I'm not saying this is bad because bodies is subject to changes, to transformations. However, I'm talking about the part that is we in absolute reality, and which is nothing that we can possibly imagine. We do have help. Yeah, we do have help of ourselves. How about that? We do have help, yeah, from ourselves. So what now? The helpers again. This woman is, oh my God, my goodness. Again, she's tripping. She's fly with a pound of pirlim pim pim, just like this. How to say that kind of word, Narnia word, Alice in Wonderlands. The helpers can make timeline. The helpers can make timeline changes and can bring messages through the ground crew here on earth who have a strong connection, and she's trying to say that it is her. You see, you feel the pride, the ego connection to them. I don't need to have connection to them to know, because it's based on my origin from the cosmos. All I have to do is to tap through my Akashic record, already existent and imbued into my own conscience. Now prepare for the ego. We connect to them based on our conscience level and the request us for help. No. You need to beg for help, lady. Do you? You need to beg, oh there, please help us. The more you plead, the more you beg, more they will smash your head up. The more they will step on your head, and it serves you right. It's good for you, because you are just too, like, you are helpless. You are feeling helpless. You are useless even when you give your powers to others, to a creatures created from the cosmos just like you. And this woman I see here, she's not helping many things much as that men there in Brazil. And that's why I'm here to bring them down to earth and to correct things. Ego, no, is much more a matter of anger, of personal problems than it is ego. What I believe, what I want is to empower others, and as much as I am, I rather have power with others than have power over. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm here to offering a path. But that this path you yourself have to discern, because I don't choose, I cannot choose for you. I can only offer a suggestion. That's it. If you ask for which way to the bay, shall I say any way goes to the bay? Maybe yes, maybe no. Unless all the ways and the maze lead to the same, and then you have no way not to get lost. You understand? You can, I mean, you cannot get lost. You can go in way and you still go get to the bay. But if you want a way out of the matrix, and also to find the truths that many people don't know, without attachments to third parties, without worship to third parties or devotions to third party, then I may offer you a path when you are ready to follow. It doesn't have to be right now. It's all up to you. Okay? There's always time. So take your time. You cannot make mistake. Anywhere you go, you still gonna get to the bay, okay? Or go back to source, go back to the cosmology, to the multiverse. So this is what I'm trying to say. But you ask help from those who are opinions here, it doesn't make any sense. To me, these people are programmers. They are very much working for aliens. They are disfarced. Okay, they are disfarced. They are wearing a veil of disguise. But I can count them in their own lies and the trap that they are putting people here. I can read between the lines. I can see these people for what they really are, an emissary of the devils. So what's really cool is that those helpers are actually eyes from the past and the future. Ah, okay. Sorry. Yeah, that in that you are true. You are right. It's eyes. We are our only helpers. We cannot rely on nobody else. Nobody to save us. We only have to save us from ourselves. So I'm sorry. The helpers cannot break the universal law of free will choice with us on the planet. Yeah, but the helpers, if they are eyes, how come they ever do that if we are true to ourselves? They cannot break the free will because it's not for them to choose. Do see controllers, they have no say. They have all they don't even have the rights. They can have the say, but ultimately they, for those strong ones, empowered one, who are not scared of die, they doesn't have the last say at all. But those who are subject to them, yes, they have say, they have the last say, the last word. Okay, and much less take away people's free will. They cannot. They cannot. They are not gods. No such thing. Everything, everybody is a part of the cosmology, which per se is a god. So why would you try to be better than the other entities when you are just a part of the grand existence, grand consequences, which is the multiverse? However, our free will has been taken from us in a tricky way because we have been cautioned so many times through the reincarnation trap to make free will decisions to suffer in various lifetimes so that our emotional energy could be harvested from. No, darling, not like that. We carry ties fragments from our ancestors. Our bodies and our light body, the soul, is a product of our ancestry. And I have to always say the same thing. We have patches of all our ancestors in our soul and body. Okay, I don't believe in reincarnation. The problem is not the reincarnation. The problem is even to incarnate in a hellish kind of world, in a cabaret, because to me this is a cabaret. And I hate all these dead things that I see around me. All confusion, all lack of understanding, rationalism, peace, love, moral values. Okay, all this is but larvae, is acts like parasite, and larvae eating up our being, and you can feel the pain of just living among entities that thrive and vibrates in negativities, in murdering, in greed, troubles, dramas, war, wars, upheavals, havocs, cataclysm. All those come from a single amoebic cell divided into many legions of forms called a devil. Yeah, some of New Age gurus would say, "Oh no, there's no such thing as a devil. No, never mind. I want to coin them this way. I want to feel them this way. I want to call them this way because that's what they are devils. I have no other better word than that. Either they are the Satan or they are the devil, or Dracos, whatever you want to call them. Okay? There are fake gurus out there, one in Brazil, who are giving false teaching, claiming that the devils are the grace. Grace are no saints. We are no saints. Grace are partly organic and partly no organic. They are more driven by uh, artificial intelligence, computerized brain. Okay, they are the products of the Dracos. The Dracos um, legions and the principalities that you could call Satan or could call devils, whatever. It's the same, come to the same. All the way in this prism in this sense goes to the bay. So grace are not the devils, and worse yet, he said that the grace are Jesus Christ. No, Jesus Christ is one character, one avatar of the Dracos themselves. The this type of confederation that we call Anunnakis. Anunnakis. Okay, he is just an avatar of these beings. I suspect him to be the so-called Enki, the Mesopotamian gods family of yesteryear, giant Mesopotamia. He is Enki. He's not a Greek. Don't believe you hear such a misinformation telling that Jesus is gray. No, it's not. Because you saw a gray there. There's a podcast. You can see some podcasting presenting and projecting a gray in a Catholic church. Doesn't mean that they are Jesus. No, they are not. They are behind many kind of manifestations, paranormal in a church. Yeah, they are. But are they this personage, this personality that called Jesus? No, they are not. They are those shadow lizards that um, works for Enki Iya, who one part of it is Jesus himself, or Sananda, if you wanna call another way. And those they are the magos, okay? But this man in Brazil, he doesn't know. He knows something which is interesting, but what I can feel and read is that when his so-called Dracos allies, he deals with Dracos allies, whenever he gets an inspiration from them, he invokes them and they pass the message to this fellow. What I mean is, once the information goes through um, channels in his mind and his soul and his mind pass to the brain and comes to the mouth, is already all tainted. It's not filtered well enough. So misinformation comes with truth mixed. Okay, so don't trust just anything. Don't even trust me. Don't trust me. Live your own truth. Go and find out and see. Stop to see what makes sense. Analyze. Our memories have been wiped time and time again, and false realities have been inserted into our life reviews that made us think our souls needed to balance karma by reincarnation and accepting contracts of sufferings. And this is no, darling, it's like that. We already carry the karma of ancestral, okay, and that's why I said that's why they patch it up our our soul, our light body, and our bodies with fragments of the energies of our ancestral. It was our great, 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 what till millions of generation great ancestors. Okay, males and females. We all carry the energy, and then they make a mishmash of all this. Each one, each parents that we lost, our grandparents, our great parents, our grand uncles, our grand aunties, um, siblings, parents, grandparents are all mixed up with our unity, our body, our personage, our character unity. Do you understand? I have had uh, videos from 2018 to 2019 explain this better. How they process all this before they shoot a conscience into a bio body. So yes, we choose to come here. No, 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 no. We don't choose you. We were cautious. We were cautious to come here. Some would say that you are attracted by some goals, some funny things. Some say that you were forced to sign contracts. Forced because I've been there. I've seen them forcing me to sign contracts. I've been out of my body and I've seen them forcing me that. They were in shape of lycanthropics. What is lycanthropics? Wolf. Wolf. Not, I'll not call it that wolf. It doesn't even look like a dog. It was not a dog. It was a creature. They come in other forms. Okay, in Avatar they want to, and they force you literally wise to follow what they want you to follow. We given a chance and given a possibility, we would always say no to come here. Many does that, and that's why a baby is born, is still born because they don't want to be here. That's why abortions are made. You do not judge that woman who who does abortion. There's a reason for that. So before you religions freaks, judgmental freaks, judge the woman, think about what made her do that in a personal way, and a personal and uh, occult way, okay? A supernatural way that you do not see. What's there behind the fabrics, the curtains? You don't know, you don't see. It's necessary a lot of sensibility to best grasp all those concepts. So, but no, we did not choose to be enslaved, but just to learn lessons in hell. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hope that Michelle, bit by bit, she will grasp many things that I already know. So yeah, we do not choose to be enslaved. Some idiots, males, this male in Brazil, or if this kind of neuroses that yes, we choose to come here, we choose to suffer. He claimed that even a child who has cancer have chosen to um, to come in this way, and we suffer because it's our damned business. No, it's not. Nobody suffer because in their supraconscious level they have chosen to. Maybe in the so subconscious, yes, subconscious. What subconscious is a retarded kind of mentality, is the unknown. They do it by impulse. Okay. So many you males don't understand this. It takes one woman like me and this one Michelle and a few others, not all, who understand, who are best equipped to grasp these concepts without much attachment or no attachment at all to any religions, system, any kind of doctrine, any cults, any spirituality. Do you understand? I don't consider myself a spiritualist. I'm just what I am. I'm not a spiritualist. For me, this doesn't exist. This one is a kind of fanaticism. If you say that you are a spiritualist, then you are a fanatic. So the answer to the original question is that yes, we have several soul family members in higher aspects of ourselves that are watching over us and fighting for freedom outside of the prison walls. Okay, she's true in that. I have ever talked about that, touched about this in other videos in 2018. Some have technology. Oh no 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 no. If you say that our soul families are those from Agatha who were an ancient humans, one of the 72 species who have lived in this earth, yes, you're right. Okay, and they too had technologies and they are giant Atlanteans. Yes, they did. If you talk about humans here, yes, you're right. Otherwise, no. You are completely always fall into discrepancies and inconsistency. And they, yes, they did have technology in the times of Atlantis. Yes, they did, and they're still there in the hollow earth. That will allow them to come and go through the prison walls when needed or when a prime directive of intervention occurs because a universal law has been broken by the oppressors. And still, she's still in this hologram that we have helpers from outside ourselves, from outside our species, and that these helpers and this soul family actually aliens. How nice is that, and how stupid is that? So see, every time these people fall in between the cracks, sometimes I have to come here and just shoot truth in their faces, you understand, to offer another kind of possibilities and another kind of perspective that they don't have, because all commonplace, all based on subjugation to some kind of entity, be it a fake god, be it the devil itself. To me, is all the same thing in ways. I'm just trying to explain things the way you understand. Okay, and be it aliens, they always have to find somebody to have something on where they can hold into their feet and sleep in their feet and hold into their their clothes or their gowns for protection. Okay, and this doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Some were brave enough to directly incarnate into human. No, 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 no. Please, lady. Please, 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 please. That's enough. To incarnate into human bodies, taking the risk of not being able to awaken from the hypnotic slumber. I don't believe that I come from another universe. I come from here, as itself, from here, the cosmology, but not from other planet, but from cosmology itself. And my ancestors were here a long, long time ago, and that's what the majority of human beings are. They are product of the ancestors who lived here eons ago, and not aliens, not off-world entities. That's nonsense. This come back to square one for intelligence's sake. The cave, the caveat is that a critical mass of humans had to waken up and ask for help. Ask for help for who, lady? From who? For their stupidity? They better sit down forever, lay down and die than wait for help because it will not come. And shine their light so bright that the amount of source energy could be measured on the planet. Without this critical mass, another timeline of decimation and transformation could have occurred. Earth and the experience of incarnation into a human body on her may not have been an option on this timeline. Without this critical mass of people coming in to offer our help, another timeline of decimation transformation could have occurred. They don't care if they have to go ahead and decimate, they will. They don't care whether we are here offering our truth or not. They don't care. If it has to happen, it will happen. Because the bad guys doesn't care. They only care about their goals. Understand? They have no feeling. No feelings at all. And the experience of incarnation into a human body on her may not have been an option on this timeline. And this timeline, she mean right now, in the present current moment. So why create more pregnant women? For why more women get pregnant? And all of the work put into creating the living library would be reversed into another form of energy. Better yet, I want this to go back to square one and we the original form, because the way it is, it cannot go on. There's so much mayhem, so too many upheaval. The overall plan to free humanity and Earth goes away beyond this planet and our solar system. I don't think so. I'm so sorry, you are too much into carrying aliens' balls. It doesn't, I don't believe that it functions this way. In fact, the oppressors, those same ones that you think are keen on helpers. Okay, the oppressors are the one whom you think that are keen on helpers, that are here enslaved humanity. That's why people go into duality, zealotry, division and duality, and then they think they can make a point. They cannot. Until they see the trees from the forest, they cannot make a point. are only following orders and have not realized until now that they actually slaves themselves. Well, but you was not offering any other um, absolute substantive help. Having this kind of mentality that aliens are here to help, no, 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 you are backward. You're backward in knowledge. They have been so busy fighting for their own survival that they fell for the same entrapment tricks from their hierarchical lords that they were using on humans. They are all the same. All aliens are on it together to enslave you. But you rather taking sides, being how to say that words. You are being totally you are siding track and being partial instead of being neutral. The oppressors are trapped and their vibrational frequency will not be able to be maintained as the S raises a frequency. And as you still believe in this nonsense of frequency that people gonna transmutate and this and that, then you might as well believe in the vaccine. Might as well go ahead and take vaccine, lady. The oppressors are trapped in their vibrational frequency. I don't think the oppressors are trapped. I don't think this is one is your illusion. You're just like the men there in Brazil. Too much of fanaticism and I fall into the trap of the duality, you see? Taking sides. One blame humanity, this one blame only one part, side A, team A, and not team B. Team B for her is okay. Team A is bad. And that it doesn't exist because they are all one into one. The oppressor is not trapped, you are trapped in your misunderstanding. They are not trapped, they are laughing at you. We have to do the homework and we have to untrap ourselves and free ourselves from their entrapment. Do you understand? And not think that they are being trapped, that there's outsider who come to help us. The beginning of this video was about she telling that nobody's coming to help us. Suddenly the woman flip flop, just like the Brazilian men who are always flip flopping, um, like judging others for following religion system, for being spiritualist, for being too much into religions beliefs. But he himself have a kind of religion belief that is ufology. He's too much into a side track, partiality where there is good guys and bad guys in the aliens hierarchy, and there aren't. They are all in it together. We are the pawns. We are the pawns in this game where nobody wins. Okay? Nobody wins. So the oppressors are trapped in their vibrational frequency will not be able to be maintained as the earth is. This is what you think and not what is happening in reality. You are the loser, not them. Raise her frequency. That's nonsense. Oh my God. I think I'm the only woman who's different, really. What happens to us does not stay in the solar system. It affects the whole universe. This is another thing. This is another story. But we free ourselves and where the nature of the aliens comes into all this statement that what happens here affects the off-world. Sure, it affects. Yeah, everybody knows. However, what it has to do with the fact that we are being enslaved by aliens. Common sense says that anything as important as raising the frequency of the whole universe isn't solely in the hands of amnesiac humans stuck in a meat suit that was deliberately cut off from creator mentality. Creator is the cosmology, woman. Say that's important to raise the frequency. For what raising frequency, woman, when we are here to experience? Raise the frequency to be like you and many others that I see here? No, we don't need that. I think I'm the only one different who offers something totally different. When I think that I have, oh, I found it like-minded, people who think like me. No, I'm wrong. I get eluded again. Much to my antagonism and dismay. Isn't solid in the hands of what the my god, too much naivety. Humans stuck in a meat suit that was deliberately cut off from creator mentality, physically and spiritually. You are talking the same darning thing, but the thing is, you don't come to the point. And it takes the cat totally out of the bag and tells the truth. Whether you know it or not, I'm not sure. That the beings that you are defending here are also the beings involved in all the mess we are been experiencing in here. Look at the woman here, my goodness. So we are in the last days of the war on consciousness. A wave of source energy is being blasted from the center of the cosmos that will affect every single cell on the planet. Yeah, but this energy is not helping many. It's caused a lot and of confusion, and it is unmasking many. And in turn, as a result, they are they are desperate. They are entering in a state of despair, and it's not doing good to nobody here. It didn't help at all. So I do not agree with it. It doesn't have to be this way. And it's not source and this energy. Those are the Dracos, the same that you covertly is following and are working for. You, many others so-called light worker, star seed, medium, spiritualist, ufologist, ex-Mormon from Brazil, ex-Mormon who tells that we are suffering because we want to, and that Jesus is an Saire. He doesn't even know the true name of the grace with Saire. That Jesus is a Saire when it's not. And many other stupid um, apocalyptic hysteria about the end of times, which will be this year. Yet another hysteria since 2012 that the world will end in December 2021. He has done the same stupid false claim in 2019. He has done the same thing to 2020. He has done the same stupid. He have given the same stupid reading or information, false information, and that is how the Diodali Draco traps you into false information, makes you a fool in the court. You all are a fool of the court. And when I come to you all, I think that I'm gonna grasp something that makes sense and logics to what I know. I one more time I break my face and then I get really ick, icked. No, because ick some to see people who comes here to preach, to wake up people, actually being the devil's advocate in disguise, who walks for the Dracos under the veil covertly. Source is healing itself and will finally be able to live without cutthroat survival instincts. Let's see. Hello, lady. Let's not tell things that you don't know, will you? Just wait and see. I'm not gonna promise a thing that I know will not come true. And until it's here, until the future is in the present, you cannot predict anything. Last, you make a fool of yourself. Just like many here who has channel on YouTube and channelize false information given by your allies alien. Okay, source is law, and alien is not a body. They don't have body, but they can take any form they want to. They have no body. They are pure light. Okay, so I cannot divide them. Oh, it's a gray. Oh, it's a Draco. Oh, it's a Andromeda. No, no, it's a Xurian. No, no, it's a Pleiadian. Was yet think that Pleiadians are humans. Beautiful blondies, blue-eyed blondies with tandy skin, just like how they have painted Jesus as a man of blue eyes, brown hair, and white skin. And that being is not like that. He, one of his favorite avatar is olive skin, like an Arab, olive skin, yellowish, light brown, whatever, dark coarse hair and dark eyes. I'm tired of seeing that being, okay? I'm tired since 75. Source is love, and anything without love will be transmuted. Oh my gosh. Okay. Everybody knows that love is everything, but you don't have to tell it for camouflage something else, okay? Because I can see through you all. Parasites will be dissolved, and only those who choose to connect with source. Source who your Draco for the energy will be able to exist in the healed universe, which will be a universe filled with machines like your brain, because your brains are moved by an implant. You are basically right now being a AI. Okay, you just pass information like a robot. We have to choose to be part of the transformation. And yes, we are powerful fractals of source. Part of the transformation is okay, woman. What isn't is this nonsense of a cycle, is a merry-go-round. These are for stupid beings who doesn't know what they are doing, and you are one of them. You are the devil's advocate. Okay? Only idiots will do such a thing, a circle. It's just like never learning from history and from the past. Evolution is about learning from our mistake and not correct it, move ahead and not to repeat it. But you all are repeating the same darn shit time and time again. And that's what's the absurdity of all this. Stupid, oxymoron humans and aliens. And yet there will come a time when you'll be able to fully stand in our power as a stand to heal everything that is out of balance, inclusive you, because you are given false information. While we make the shift to that point, there's no such thing as evolution, there's nothing as a frequency. There is frequency, but to create a, a condition whereby humans will eat one another. This is called natural selection, okay, done by your darling amos in Latin mean master, loved ones, your Dracos friend, okay, woman. So you also have infinite number of beings helping, no, helping you to tell rubbish. It's like tell that fat man there in Brazil, but not me, not me, not me, okay? Tell them that they don't fool me. Nobody can. So, help us in waiting to be called open for assistance and being able to make an informed choice towards freedom. What freedom, woman? You think they're gonna give us freedom like that? They're gonna let it go like this and then just anyhow, out of the blues without condition? You are stupid. I gonna say, before I carry on to grill you and judge you, I gonna see when she sent this nonsense of misinformation. When was the timeline? The time? If it's recently, then oh, 2017. Okay, okay. Pardon, thousand times. Pardon, pardon. I'm sorry. I overreacted because I didn't see the time. It's 2017. About 4 years ago, and by now she have already formed another thought. She have evolved and evolved, and when we evolve we form another thought, and I'm happy for her. I'm sorry. Okay, so you are, so right now I think that you have formed another thinking. Okay, I mean really something that was old. Okay, and by now I guess that no, but she still continues the same. She still have a long way to go because she's still too engrossed in this thought that she's a alien. She thinks that she's a star seed, that she's an alien and she's a human. Her ancestral is from a giant ancestral here from Earth, and they were banished by those who have passed all this false information and made her believe, okay, who are aliens, off-world, malicious, evil beings, and she doesn't know. She doesn't know it. I say doesn't because still in the present, she's still with this kind of mentality that she is a chosen one, and that she is somebody special, and we are not. We are just, I'm gonna say that we are conduit, we are an instrument of information. Some with misinformation, and some who are trying to expose filth. Some are really trying to expose filth. Okay? And they are here with a vengeance. They want a real transformation, and what they know will really shake the foundation of many people here. And for some males will hate this person. Some people hate this entity. But we are here. I'm not saying we because I haven't seen somebody who have this thought that I have, you know. So until then, I will say the being that I am. I'm here to expose what the aliens came to pass and misinform the mass that I still on the dark, and I think that they know everything and they don't know, because as long as you live in a state, in a condition of belief. You come out from religion, you come out from voodoo, all this, but you go to another religion. This is ufology. Ufology per se is a form of worship, and kiss aliens balls and asses. Okay, when they transform into avatar and take up bodies, you are kissing their asses, literally. And I'm here to just break the bubble and I spoil the party. Sorry about this, but I have to continue